wow. In all of this, has anybody
Mr. Gibson, should I say the only reason not to cut you off, but
yeah.
I myself had to go up by administration. I went up there to administration office, and I was hurt, I was angry, I was crying, and I just tell them, how could they not find her medical records? And she was on the ward for 12 days, in the hospital for 14 days, and on the ward for 12 days. So that was just, all of a sudden, the medical records are being finished, and that's what's happening. They're completing the medical records.
Let me ask you, did you see that as some sort of admission that they had not been rendering the care that they needed to render to your child? That they, at this time, with all of this time having passed, that they did not have those records ready? Did you see that as some sort of admission that they had failed in their duty of care as it relates to your child?
Because absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely, Mr. Gibson. Yes, sir. It's a failed system. It's a failed system. And there are other patients in that hospital in dire need of health care that they're not getting. So it's really sad that we call it a healthcare place, but no, it's not a good place to go. If you're in need of health care, it's not a good place to go because you get negative results. I myself had a situation in PMH in 2008 where I nearly lost my life.
Tell us about that. I saw that in the news article, and you mentioned it to me briefly when you spoke with me. But tell us about that in detail, the struggle of dealing with that.
Well, I can only say so much about it because I was out of it.
You were in a coma.
Right, and my husband he could more explain and say what in the short detail of exactly what happened. I just went there for a simple 35, 45 minutes procedure for tumor ligation, and it was a nightmare after that because I went home thinking everything was okay, and in the middle of the night I got up and I had to get rushed back to the hospital and then readmitted back on the ward, and they took me back in the theater, and that's when everything went down. And I woke up like 15, almost 3 weeks later, I woke up out of a coma. I didn't know what happened.
The question I have for you is, because this one has recently happened. This happened on November 14th. You would have made a complaint within a particular time. Even up to now, they have not said anything to you in relation to this incident. Even has anybody even extended? Because has anybody even reached forward to say, "Well, sincere condolences on the passing of the daughter"? Anything?
Nothing, sir. Not a call, not a phone call. Nothing. We have not heard anything from Public Hospital Authority.
What about the persons? What about Ministry of Health as a whole? From the minister, from anybody in relation to?
No, sir. Absolutely nothing.
In the initial incident, when you're in your situation, did anybody ever respond? I know, I think you took them to court at that time. Your family took them to court. Oh,
yes, sir. Like I say, he can more say in detail what had happened with me while I was there. He's right here. I don't know if you want to ask him any questions.
Yes, I would like him to speak. I would like him to speak and tell us what transpired. With respect to that.
Yes, good evening.
Good evening, Mr. Adley, and again, my sincere condolences to you and the entire family on the loss of Clinicia.
Yeah, yes, sir. Well, this is like a deja vu nightmare all over again.
Yes, sir.